Okay, so audio input's working. Somebody sound off for me, please.
Meow.
Okay,
Sound off.
that worked.
Meow.
Topeka.
Okay, working. Great. Welcome back. It's been a minute since we played. I'm feeling better, which is great. A couple of general announcements and then scheduling announcements, and then we'll hop into our game. First, the general announcement of I know we talked about Hammer Song being a thing. Hammer Song's no longer going to be a thing. I have lost the entirety of the write up for it twice, and I have zero motivation to write it up again. So we're not going to do Hammer Song. I know in the Heart of Rage earned it. I will find another way to reward the community in the future. So I know that's disappointing, but no sound yet. What? I'm reading good sound. Oh, okay. So I'll find another way to reward the community for their success, but that's not happening. Sorry. Additional disappointing news, perhaps. In the upcoming chapter of Valgast, once these games are done, which will be a while still, I am only going to be running 2 campaigns, not 3. Unfortunately, that does mean that some of the people who are players now will not get the opportunity to play in a campaign when we're in chapter 2. I cannot do more than 6 people in a campaign. It's too hard to juggle that many people for me, and also it kind of robs the players a little bit because it's hard to balance that much screen time among 6 people. Screen time, quote unquote. It's not really a screen time kind of deal, but it's hard to balance that much, for everybody, and I don't want to rob players of screen time when I can have fewer players. So that's the sad and fortunate news of what's coming up in the future. So sorry about that, everybody, but it'll be better for my health to only be running 2 games, and unfortunately 12 players is the most I'm willing to do for across both of those campaigns. So we will wind up having some cuts. I haven't figured out a fair way to do that yet. But if people are willing to step out of that chapter, that would help. And I would appreciate that. So, because then I don't have to make the decision, right? Then it's your voluntary decision. So, anyway, with that being said, let's talk about the upcoming schedule. So this is session 22 for Blaze of Cruelty. It's happening now. Session 5 of At the Door of Eternity is tonight at 8:30 p.m. US East, so stick with us. And then In the Heart of Rage, session 17 is on the 25th of September. So that's at 8 p.m. US East. And then in October, we have a tentative schedule for October because things shift, things change. So this is just what we're at right now. Blaze of Cruelty session 23 is at 5:30 p.m. US East on the 5th of October. And then on the 5th of October, again, we have At the Door of Eternity. There is a reason why I don't have October 9th scheduled for In the Heart of Rage. I can't remember. If it turns out that is an okay date, I will put that back on the schedule, and that's when we will have session 18 for In the Heart of Rage. Oh, right. That's our anniversary. Never mind. My brain is broken. Oof. Big oof.
I know your brain is broken.
I take 16 points of psychic damage. My mind collapses and I am dead.
Close save. So close.
Yeah. I'm just tunnel vision on the schedule. Unfortunately, I'm an idiot. Okay. Moving on. After I've earned those bad
No,
husband,
you're not. You have brain damage. It's okay.
I've earned those bad husband points for now. A Blaze of Cruelty session 24 is on the 19th of October. That's at 5:30 p.m. as usual. At the Door of Eternity, also 19th of October, 8:30 p.m. And then in the Heart of Rage on the 23rd of October at 8 p.m. That's session 18. So, all right. Moving on. Anybody have any questions before we begin the game? Okay.
Nope.
Last.
I've already had mine answered.
All right. Last we left off, we had discovered that there was a murder in the boarding house. One Count Milton Landris had been murdered in his bed in the most expensive room in the tavern, and it was discovered by Corporal Cara Doulahan, Agnar, and Renault, and Dominic. They did a little light investigating, and then Dominic decided it was going to be a good idea to get witnesses to say he didn't do it, and then to go tell Rianne about what happened. And so that's where we were last. I believe we were on the second floor, so I'm going to go ahead and activate that. I'm going to change our music, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Game unpaused. I said unpaused. There we go. So it is about 6:28 in the morning, and the scene is yours, guys.
I think I went downstairs.
You haven't yet, but you can.
Oh, I don't see myself.
Yes, you're right there, Dominic. Oh, just a warning, we have recently updated to version 4 of the 5e system in Foundry. Some of your shit might be broken. I'm still learning how to operate their new fancy item system. So if your items are broken, a little bit of patience, let me know, and I will try to fix them. And if I can't fix them within 30 seconds, they're going on the list of items that need fixing. So...
Perfectly reasonable.
yeah. That's the big thing, so... But go ahead, Waffle.
We got a full night of rest the last night before this, right?
Yes. If you didn't long rest, you should.
I did. I just I think I still have this exhaustion level. I was going to ask if I could drop.
Yes. I will say you can drop that. And if you can't drop that, I'll disable it. There we go. Okay. Cool. You guys just going through your stuff, being like, what's broken?
Right. Everything looks good here.
Yeah.
At the murder scene?
Everything looks... Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting session, guys.
With that, I'm going to continue downstairs.
Oh, CJ, should we introduce ourselves?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I forgot. Sorry.
The anniversary reminder really threw you for a loop.
It really did. It did incredible amounts of psychic damage to me.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's the first time I've seen someone actually suffer a silvery barbs.
Yeah. I deserved it. I'm not gonna like say I didn't. I deserved it, 100%.
So introductions.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Whoever wants to go first.
Okay. I'm Cynthia. I play Rianne Beer Ardesta, and technically I'm the adult of this group, and she is currently down with a migraine.
I am so proud of you.
Next.
Next.
I got it right.
Yeah, you did.
Also down with a migraine because the sun is very bright and we have Drow in our party. I am Gabby. I play Veracasa, who is a half Drow barbarian soldier, mom of mayhem.
I'll go next. I am Daniel, and I'm playing Dominic the Innocent. And I'm on my way down to wake up the two drow.
You killed Rianne.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'll go next.
Go
I
ahead, yeah.
am Renault, playing the human ranger who definitely hasn't already got blood on his hands in the first session.
Yep. Your first session, yeah.
My first session, yes.
And that leaves Raven and Waffle.
I'm Jordan or Waffle, either one. I'm playing Agnar F. Hilderson, who, as far as I can tell, might be. I mean, he's innocent so far.
So far.
Hasn't killed anyone yet.
Yet is a operative word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's a sorcerer fighter, and right now he's going where the gold takes him.
And me as last, I'm Raven. I'm playing James Norris, more like a bard, part-time healer, part-time doing something else.
I gotta thank you for showing up almost every single game, Raven. It is so early in the morning for you that
More like late in the night. It is
Oh.
currently 11:45 p.m. for me. So...
Okay, yeah, pretty late in the night. But thank you for showing up. I know it can be tough sometimes, so. Who's growling?
I really love this game. I really appreciate that I can be in it. So.
Oh, I appreciate the compliment. So, all right. That's introductions. Please proceed.
Back to the murder.
Dominic, I believe you were going downstairs. You may need to move to this square first.
Let's see.
Are you having trouble moving?
A little bit.
Is it your mouse or something?
No, I think it's a little bit of the. It's choppy for some reason.
Oh, okay. It might be lag. Alright, so you should be down here on the first floor now. We'll go ahead and follow that action for now. with the camera. Yeah, that's a wall there. You gotta go this way now. This way, yeah.
Let's see.
And probably that square's fine. I wanted to simulate actually going up and down the stairs. I didn't mean to cause problems.
I'm gonna go straight over to the room and just start banging on the door.
Okay.
Just continual banging.
Lots of knocking. Lots of knocking.
Just
Rian cracks open an eye, grabs her axe, and goes to the door. Why is my door locked? There it goes. What?
so there's another dead body upstairs. Probably not a cousin this time, but yeah, there you go. And then Dominic's gonna walk back upstairs.
See if the arrow keys work better for you, Daniel.
Nope.
No? Okay.
Vera is gonna try to ignore the commotion by groaning into her pillow.
Rianne shuts the door.
Alright, Rian is gonna gets out of her night clothes, puts on her regular clothes, and is going to go chase after the thing that woke her up because she's got a migraine hangover. Where is there he is. Gonna stomp her way over here, grab him by the throat, and say, "Did you do it?"
No. Not this time.
Twist the collar with her fingers and pulls him up so he's sort of on his toes. What do you mean, not this time?
Well,
Realizing that in her other hand she has her battle axe.
You see, this is why we should practice de-escalation.
You're the one that was pounding on my door. Explain, or you will be less one head. I am not in the mood for this.
There is a dead body upstairs. They came and got us. We looked at it. I came and got you. All I know. Paladin's honor.
She lets go of his collar and drops to the floor.
Ugh.
Do we know who he is? And why did they come get us? And who is they that got us?
Well, he's just this guy, you know?
Did you get a name?
Well, I was kind of in a hurry to come down and wake you and then tell you that I wasn't the one who did it.
She rubs the brow of her nose. I am not old enough to deal with this level of annoyance. Alright, show me the body.
Okay, everyone's still upstairs with it, so it's just right up here.
Oh, yay. I have a headache.
Aren't you a little old to be
I have
having
what's
headaches?
left of a headache. No, not when they're named Timothy.
Sorry, I'm gonna move you guys around that wall because it's a stupid wall. And then I'll be deleting it.
Thank you.
I expect whenever we come
Lead
in
on.
for everyone.
Where is this body?
everyone to recite what we practiced.
Which is Dominic's innocent.
Straight in here.
Renault is still pointing his bow with an arrow knocked at the door. He sees the mood that she's in and immediately just goes back to hiding and lets the arrow go down just a bit.
I think Vera is gonna let
Where
Brienne
is
take
the-
care of them, and I'm gonna go talk to Kara.
Okay.
What's going on?
Kara says, it appears that that nobleman in the other room has been murdered, throat slashed, in his bed. A couple of days old, probably, at the least. So, just getting a statement from Miss Harding here. And we're going to see what else we can find out and make the report.
Do you have the name of the nobleman?
I believe it is Count Milton Landris, according to the proprietor here. And she nods.
Alright. I will let you continue your report, and I will head in and actually give Brienne helpful details.
Thank you. Helpful details are always good. Well, this is a mess in order.
See, I told you it wasn't a relative this time.
She looks over her shoulder and glares at Timothy.
Timothy will go sit on the couch.
I think that sounds like an excellent idea. The only thing I can tell is this person has been dead too long for you to have murdered him today, so. So, cutthroat, exsanguination, and a fucking mess. I'm too tired for this crap. Perception or investigation, CJ?
What is the
To search the room.
to search the room is investigation.
Trying to.
Can we
Okay.
have Mayhem help? Because doesn't he have an investigation ability?
He has an ability to find enemies.
Okay.
So his alert hunter is about perception tests when seeking out enemies. They also have advantage on survival tests, follow tracks, sense, or sounds of enemies. He's got.
I thought he had.
Oh no, that was one of the options that you could have given him. Was the other one?
I thought we did choose that. I just can't figure out where I wrote down his skills.
I have in his sheet improved multi-attack, faithful companion,
Okay.
and alert hunter,
Okay.
and lick
That's
wounds.
fine then. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll.
$11. The only thing that you notice
Well,
here is
Does that help me, Eddie?
yes. The only thing you notice here is that this window here is open. The lock unsecure. When all the other windows, these two, were locked, and these appeared to be unlocked as well. But there are some knife marks in the wood of the base part of this window on the sill.
Okay, so somebody broke in on the second story to murder him. Does anyone know anything about this guy other than he's some sort of old nobleman? And is there any way to bless the body to make sure we don't have to deal with a ghoul? Because no, not today. Well, people,
I don't know about him, but maybe there's someone who saw someone skulking around. I mean, it wouldn't have been quick to try to get in on the second floor like that.
no, it would not. But as we have discovered, people do not notice things here very well, do they?
Can I take a closer look at the window and see if there's anything left? Hair, shoe marks,
Sure. Yeah.
anything?
Yeah. You.
Ribbons in the trees, like.
Go for it.
Yeah. There are no trees outside that window, but there are a couple of
Okay,
Go for
bushes.
it,
well,
cousin.
But yeah, that would be a investigation check.
it was a very specific reference that probably only I know. It's fine.
We talking Matilda? Because if we are, I got you.
Yes, we're talking Matilda. 16.
16 is pretty good.
Yay.
Unfortunately, there's not much else you discover. You look out the window and down towards the ground. You notice there are no guards out front. But they might be actually on the first level there. Hold on, let me look. Yes, there are guards out front. There are 2 of them. They're here and here. I just don't have their tokens on this map. The side of the building looks like it's clean from the most recent rain. It doesn't appear that there's any like footsteps on the ground underneath the window because it is grassy. So it looks like whoever climbed up here did so with significant skills and then entered through this window. The other possibility is they entered through the balcony, which would have been an easier climb. But this is the window that has the knife marks in the sill and appears to be the apparent point of entry.
Well, let's check the other one as well, just in case that's a play. Make it seem like that was the window.
Okay, you go over to the balcony here and you take a look around. And you don't.
Just to be sure.
Yep, and you don't see any mud on the rooftop or any, foot marks or anything like that. No scuffing. The railing appears to be not well worn, so it's fairly fresh from when it was built a few years ago, and so it is fairly clean up here. Not a likely entry point.
Okay. I relay all this. Have you inspected the body yet? No.
Actually, no. I was just looking around the room. Let's go check the
Well,
body.
That was mainly to the 3 of them, because I've been with you the whole time, but... Yeah.
With exception of seeing that he is dead.
You know they.
I mean, I took a look at him and he's pretty
No,
bad.
of course not.
We're not... Okay. Same thing. Any clues around the body, the bed, anything accidentally left behind? Does the blood
Does it
seem
look
like a
it
normal
was a
amount of blood?
robbery with
Sorry, I
Yeah.
can't. I have a hard
Yeah.
time filtering you guys out when 2 of you speak at the same time. So what you wanted to check out the area around the
you go first,
body
Gabby.
to
I'm looking specifically for clues around the body and the bed to determine if we can pinpoint who did this. So I'm looking for things like same as before, like hair left behind, finger impressions, like does it seem vampirish? Is the blood enough blood for a body? Like, well, what are we talking here?
Okay, so
Like that kind of stuff.
we can apply your current investigation roll if you'd like, or you may roll a new one
Okay.
and take the result.
I mean, 16 feels pretty solid, so we'll stick with that.
Okay, so it appears that there's no like bite marks or anything like that from what you see on the neck. It just looks like it was deeply slashed from all the way down to the bone. The amount of blood in the sheets is extreme, so he fully exsanguinated here in the bed. Doesn't look like he put up much of a struggle. He doesn't even look strong enough to put up a struggle. Just taking a glance at him. The bed is otherwise undisturbed. I mean, it looks slept in because he was sleeping in it. There is no left behind tools or items. There's no impressions on the bed other than like some deeper like impressions on the sides of his body. Perhaps someone got on top of him, covered his mouth, and cut his throat. Whoever did this was a professional, though. Just from the lack of
the lack of having, giving us anything to work with. Yes.
Yes.
I picked up on that.
Yes, the lack of evidence makes it appear as if this was a professional job.
I will relay all these things as well.
Do you think it's too much to hope that this was just a robbery?
Can I look
Which Rianne
at...
is going to look.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go right ahead.
I was gonna say, can I look at the cuts around his throat? I'm no medical expert, but I assume that Renaud has definitely gutted his fair share of deer.
Sure. You can make a medicine check if you'd like. What are you specifically looking for regarding the cuts?
Just the way that it was done. Like, did they go through the jugular? Did they just slit? Like, how exactly did this happen? So, medicine check, go. I'm not great at that, but that's a good roll.
20 is a good roll. Broad, short blade, either like a very specific kind of dagger or a war dagger. So could be something that's actually very close to a short sword, but a little bit more, little handier, a little bit more light than that. And it looks like from what you can see here, the first movement was from right to left, upwards across the right side of the neck, and then the second move was like pressing, lifting, and then creating like a lever point, and then all the way down to near, all the way down to the bone. So
yeah,
not incredibly quick by any means, but like thorough. Cut everything important: carotids, jugulars, and the windpipe. Everything important got cut down to the bone.
Oh wow. Okay, I'll relay this to. Doesn't really tell us too much more, but it kind of further confirms that yeah, this was definitely a professional. They knew what they were doing.
CJ.
See.
Would action like that, I might be, this might be a little bit too meta, and you can tell me if it is, but would an action like that stop the ability to do like speak with dead?
No.
Okay.
Is there anything in the room worth looting?
Go ahead and make a perception check. Okay. There are some personal letters on the desk. Some nice bottles of ink and quill. The shelving over here has his personal effects, clothes, very fine clothes, a trunk, a travel trunk. You know, it's empty now because he's unpacked and has basically moved into this space. But you know, well-made trunk. There are some personal like perfumes and oils and that sort of thing. It's got uh, a lawsuit on the table, on the desk there, and that's what you find there. His signet ring is on his finger still. He's got some money tucked into a drawer, but it doesn't seem to be. It doesn't seem to have like been lifted or anything like that. So robbery doesn't seem to have been a motive here.
What does the lawsuit is a legal document?
It is a legal document.
I'd like, while they're examining the body, I'd like to pick that up and start reading it over.
Sure, make an intelligence check. I love this campaign because one of the reasons I love this campaign is because shit like this happens, where you guys are like in the zone for an investigation and none of you are have investigation as like a skill you have well trained in or you have a lot of points in. So with a 2, you look at it, your head starts hurting. First of all, it's not even in a language you can read, and then second of all, like, I mean, you can kind of read it in a way. You know it, recognizing it by sight. It's the legal language of Cruelty, which is not High Cruic. It's actually Justian or Eustian, and it is to you just flowery poetry, but it is definitely a legal document because that's one of the only places you see that language. So it makes your head hurt, and you don't know what it's talking about.
In that case, I will grab the coins.
Okay. It's about 65
What are you doing?
I will stop grabbing the coins. I was reviewing this legal document. Here, it looks important.
Uh-huh. I'm sure it is. And what about the other things in your hand?
I was checking to make sure that robbery was not a motive.
It's evidence,
Well,
right?
thank you. That was something I was...
Plus, this
Probably it is evidence,
is valuable evidence. Yeah.
but you don't steal... You're stealing from the newly dead, as opposed to the ancient dead.
He's not using it.
It's a fine line, if we're being honest, you know.
He might have heirs.
I'm just going to look over at him, kind of squint his eyes and be like,
Can I
maybe.
see the document?
He'll hand over the document.
What language is it in?
It's in the language of the royal court, Eustian.
Is that under Eustian or is it High Croic?
It's under Eustian. It's not under High Croic.
Okay. Okay. Any chance I can roll something?
You could roll an intelligence check. Your DC, because you don't speak the language, is much higher.
Obviously.
James is standing next to you, is also looking over, and seems to be reading it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, not great.
Yeah, James, you can make an intelligence check as you look over the document.
Don't you have a spell or something?
I have the language.
He just has the language.
Nice.
It's one of the few of you that has that, and it makes sense for him because of dealing with contracts and such.
They'll need to make intelligence?
Yes, you do. Your DC is much lower, though.
Ability check.
Okay. With a 16, you pass the DC of 14.
Yay!
And you can tell that this is a lawsuit. It has been both filed with the local administration and with the royal court, because it is stamped and signed on both lines for that. It has been filed, submitted by Count Milton Landris, and it is suing the family, Charon, because they are not local to the province of Sorath, and they have been in control of it for a great number of years. It is alleging that the royal court has been overly favorable to that family in lieu and damage to local lords and their ability to rule over themselves. Dilly do.
Yeah.
So that is the contents of this lawsuit.
I
When
will
was
tell
it
that.
filed?
Good question.
Wonderful. When was it filed?
God, she's loud today. It was filed recently, within the past month.
That's your motive.
There's your motive.
Oh no!
Okay, so
It's the House Sharon
obviously.
people, said no one in surprise.
Yeah. No surprise there. No surprise whatsoever. And I'm dealing with this shit. I need breakfast and coffee. Or tea. Or whatever I can get right now.
I mean, if it's such a big deal, why wouldn't they just challenge him to a duel?
Kara says,
I'll look at.
as she walks up, any new information? And what are you doing, Renault?
I was kind of looking at Agnar and just said, I said exactly that. If this was such a big deal, why wouldn't they just challenge each other to a duel instead of this? Clearly, it does not make sense.
Because as we've discovered, it does not make sense, but it is the simple way of dealing with things, as near as I can tell, for these people. Murder is so much more
Palatable.
simple. Alright, so. Do you want to contact Kara, or should we hold on to it for you, since it is evidence of things?
I will take a copy of that, or I suppose copy's probably out of the question. I'll take that, and we'll have a copy made, or see if there's a copy already at the castle, and move along with filing the report.
Yeah, thank you for that. That is beyond helpful and most kind.
Standard procedure, though.
I know, but I have not had. I have a headache, and I haven't eaten anything. So thank you for the kindness.
You
did not wake me up by pounding on my door.
She takes the contract from Raven, if he is willing to pass it over.
Yeah.
Okay, she takes the contract, says, okay, well, I will have someone deliver this. as I am to remain here by orders, but I'll make sure it's taken care of. And she walks out of the room, as well as the body. I'll make sure somebody takes care of that too. And she walks out, comes over here and talks to Sonia real quick. Lets her know that she's going to have somebody take care of the body, and then we'll be filing her report, and for Sonia to resume business as usual. Sonia gets up and heads downstairs. Which has more or less left the party alone upstairs.
With the body.
With the body, yes.
So, Dominic, is this something that House Charoners would be consider reasonable?
What, murdering people
You've
in
had
cold
the
blood?
most interactions with them. Yes.
Yeah, that about fits the regular behavior there. Although, I would think that I would be a little bit higher of a priority target. I mean, my room's right underneath his.
What's right
Honestly.
underneath here is the one of the entertainment rooms.
My room's right across from his, downstairs.
There's also the possibility that they didn't know you were here.
That's fair.
Or perhaps or the the murderer had the bad luck to come along when you were out. Perhaps when we were at the graveyard and you summoned the dead. I need food and I need tea. And I think a trip to the archives is in order because House Charon seems to be remarkably adept at wanting to hold on to their power.
I will say this, if you become the threat, Brianna, more people are going to wind up like this.
Yes, I know. But they're also a threat to Cruelty, aren't they?
Renault.
Hmm.
Come on, Renault, you need to eat. But
Renault's
they're going to be...
Renault's already on the way down. I was gonna go ask them for some tea for you. You seem like you need it.
I have gotten stuck, CJ.
Oh no.
I am under... Mike, I'm under another... There we are. I was under the other...
Oh yes, there you are. Yeah.
Dumb walls.
Yeah, they're kind of hard to... Just one step over. Yeah, there you go. Now you're out. I might just make the whole staircase the operative tile, and then
Sit down. Piper, do you know any way to keep a body from coming up?
oh, there's some magic you could use to do that. We would need a magic spell caster to do it. Did something happen?
I just unpleasantness.
Agnar, come here real quick. Very quickly, while everyone else is left, Dominic's gonna grab that chest. Here, help me move this downstairs.
What chest are you talking about?
His travel chest with his clothes in it.
Oh, okay.
I am pretty sure Vera is still right there.
Yeah, she's standing right there.
Dominic's gonna completely ignore her.
Have fun, cousin. Have fun.
That we're taking the empty chest,
No, we're taking the chest full of his clothes.
the whole cabinet,
No, he's got a travel chest.
but it's empty.
Yeah, we're gonna put the clothes back in the chest and then carry the chest down.
Oh, okay, I'm caught up now.
May I make a suggestion? You
Hmm?
might. Considering your investment in those who probably did this, it might be beneficial to not accidentally make it look like it's robbery. You may want to leave things the way that you found it.
That felt like it was the shape of a good point.
Renault at this time, by the way, is asking for some tea and some breakfast to kind of get everyone sorted for the day.
Sure, of course. That is a easy enough ask, and is generally covered by your payments for room and board. So you don't need to
Sick.
pay on top of that. So.
Mhm.
All right, so the two of you upstairs gather his clothes, the deceased's clothes, and put it into the chest, and then begin to carry it off, despite Vera's suggestion.
Is that what's happening?
That's what I'm verifying. It seems to be, but they have not decided. They have not said out loud if that's what's happening.
I'm following Dominic's lead here.
Okay, we won't take all the clothes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Just a pair of really nice clothes.
Okay, so you grab a set of really nice clothes, which you really don't need to put in the chest.
Right.
They
Does
are.
he have any?
I am gonna walk out, seeing that they're not gonna fully listen to me, because I don't want to know anything.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
I have said my piece. I'll just nod and walk away.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Just loot one pair of nice clothes.
Okay, so you have acquired some fine clothes.
We'll come back for the chest later.
Wouldn't fine clothes necessarily be a PTSD trigger for you?
We're about to get into some serious shit. I want to look good whenever we do it.
We gotta be styling on somebody.
Rianne is curling up around a cup of very strong tea and contemplating whether fruit is a good idea or not.
So I'm wondering what Agnar's doing.
I have like a gaggle of items. I'm hoping I can.
Dump them?
Yeah.
Yes, you can just drag and drop them onto the floor, and it should create a pile.
Okay.
It should. It better.
I've also realized that Renault is over encumbered. I have a bunch of torches that I'd like to just like leave in the room because I don't need 10 torches walking around. That's a little bit much.
Sure.
Do I need to run back up to the room in here? Or...
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The laws of reality win again.
Yeah. Yeah. You can go back upstairs and just do that.
Can't just move things with my mind. I get it.
No, you cannot. That is
Not on this character.
not on this character. No. So you got while they are handling their junk, the junk that they have. What are the girls doing at the table of the girls? It seems.
The girls are. Rihanna is slurping tea and trying to get her brain to function on all wheels, but that's hard this morning because migraine hangover and plus dead body plus Timmy trouble. What is Vera doing?
Vera, I think, has sunk heavily into one of the chairs there, and just shakes her head at Rianne. I like that Mayhem has his own chair.
He's not quite sitting in it. He's kind of looking at it like he wants to, but he doesn't know how.
It's very cute. Yeah, so I'm just gonna shake my head and then suddenly realize that that's a bad idea.
Yeah, bad idea.
And then have we gotten food, or
Yes.
is it just
Yes,
okay?
it
I'm
has-
just gonna angrily stare at it with very squinted eyes.
Mhm.
That's what's going on right now.
Renault is going to look at you and a little bit sternly and say, please respect the food.
Well, I haven't killed it yet, have I?
Fair.
Oh my god.
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
Mayhem has an opinion. And Mayhem is not happy with you.
I got me shook.
There's just a little bit of realism to bring into the game.
Yes. Work, 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 work. Okay. No scene's still yours, guys.
Is Sonia? Where is Sonia?
Sonia is at the front desk.
Rianne is going to take her cup of tea and make sure it's full because that's the only thing that's keeping her vertical at the moment. And goes to talk to Sonia about what can you tell me about the Count?
He came here. He came here not too long ago. Before you arrived, I thought he was here for the tournament, but he seems to have had other ideas. I know some of the employees told me that he was looking into some legal matters. And that's pretty much what I know about him.
Quiet, paid his bills on time. Did not bother you, right?
Perfect tenant, yes.
Of course.
I do know he was sickly, and he quite often
Rian
requested
is under
meals to his room.
Okay. Rian is absolutely under no delusion that, Sonia's going, I can't wait for you guys to be gone.
You
I
guys,
had a nice private inn here that,
yeah, you guys do pay
and
a
these
lot and often, so she doesn't seem to mind that much.
Yeah, but she was still have a nice, she had a nice quiet life without, giant Scaldy and dead bodies and nobles flitting around. I mean, my God. Okay, so he's been here longer than we have, and he was suing the Charon family. Okay. Next stop, the House of Records, but I need God has helped me food. Comes back, drinks more tea, and tries eating fruit.
Okay. Fruit is good. Fruit works.
Not with a migraine hangover, not necessarily.
Roll Constitution saving throw then, if you insist.
So, sure. Why not? We'll have some fun. Let's see if she saves versus fruit. Yes.
Yeah, you save versus fruit. That's fine.
I think a save 17 with. Yeah, 17 saves against fruit. So, yay, she gets to eat fruit and keep it down. So, I guess the next stage is to check with the courts to see if the lawsuit had merit. I think. My brain does not want to work. Cousin, what do you think? Is cousin off dealing with mayhems?
No. Would Sorath really be the place that the lawsuit would have been filed, or would that have been in Fordeth?
GM?
So it was filed in both places, the Royal Court in Fordeth, and it was also filed here in Sorath. According
But
to
it had it.
Go ahead.
Okay. I think you were going there. I was going to say, but it had been filed.
Yes.
I think it would probably be helpful to make sure it didn't disappear.
Yeah, well, if they've got fingers all the way up into Fordeth, we've got an entirely different set of problems on our hands. Which means we have to go outside again, go to the Hall of Records, or the Justice Hall, and look through things. In loud, echoey rooms with lots of people. Yay.
Maybe it will be more like a library and everybody will be very quiet.
Oh, that would be lovely, cousin. I'm not going to count on it, but, we can hope. All right, once we finish, off to the Hall of Records or the Hall of Justice, GM?
That would be the castle. And
Oh God, I don't want to do that.
Oh,
yes, the legal system outside of the administration for matters such as this is actually part of the general courts of nobility. So, because the local governor is a Charon, and the local seat of government is the castle, Sorath Castle, you can either speak with the officials for the provincial government, or you can try to query the royal government in Fordeath about it.
Ugh. So the governor is a Charon.
Yes, he is a
How did
Charon.
we miss this fact?
Well, you guys knew that
Yay.
as a group. Yeah, you guys knew
Okay.
that already. Nikolai Charon
I'm
had
sure
been.
they knew it, the player not.
Yeah, Nikolai Charon had been appointed recently.
All right, so that's okay. So that's not going to be helpful. Actually, it might be helpful. We could go and chase down the various lawsuits, open or not, against the Charons and deeds of property. Because I'm interested to see what they've acquired since the Madripoor family went down into such a blaze of indignity.
Damn, we almost had a title drop.
I know. It's like I was like way on the edge. I was like,
Is she gonna be the one to say it? No, of course not.
What?
We almost had a title drop. You said a blaze of indignity, and the campaign's a blaze of cruelty. You were so close.
Fine, it's a blaze of indignity.
Damn it!
Well, it could have been a blaze of cruelty, yes.
Yes, there you go. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
We got there. We got there, guys.
Okay. Yay. So, what do you think that would bear fruit? Or shall we just leave the, death of this nobleman to the house, to the various guards and whatnot, and attempt to, deal with what we're supposed to deal with, even though we're waiting for the knight to show up?
I don't think we have too much time left for that.
The knight should arrive on the 14th. So you guys have about 2 days.
Yeah.
while this is going on, I'm gonna go grab something red and something old from the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the bottle.
Okay. You grab a bottle of wine, I'm assuming is what you're trying to grab. Yep.
I'm gonna come back over here to the table.
As he comes back out with it, Renault is gonna stare at it like he's gonna look at Agnar and he's gonna look at the bottle. Can I have some?
Of course.
18-year-old Renault.
I'm gonna slam the bottle down on the table. What we should do is march into the city and call them out.
That worked so well the last time you did it, and is one of the reasons why I have a migraine. And you have an even bigger bounty. There is an even bigger bounty on certain people's heads. Isn't that right, Tim?
So we're just gonna sit here and let them go around continuing to kill people.
Well, I am not up on law. I kill things. That's my job. I am a bodyguard. Howsoever, Cruelty needs me in other actions, so I will serve my country. What
We know where they are.
exactly was he? Yeah, no, we do not know where they are. What exactly did the lawsuit say? He was suing them for malfeasance?
He was suing them because he believed that the crown had basically given them more than fair treatment, favorable treatment over the years, and not rotating the governorship to anyone local to Sorath. The claim is essentially that because the Charon Duchy exists outside of Sorath and its provincial boundaries, that they are not the proper people to be considered for such a position. They have no quote unquote stake in the local governance of this province.
Okay, is this something that would normally come up?
No,
Would this be
this is actually out of the ordinary. It is the usual course of action that someone of a duke level would be involved in the governorship of a general province. It is not often that a lord who is not a duke or a duchess is in that sort of position. The only exception so far has been Delta, and that's because of its remoteness and its importance to the crown as a trade port. However, so for example, like your head immediately goes to the Karl family, and they're usually holding the governor's seat of Rosterford, for example. So, and the Farloda family usually has the governor's seat of Innersford, for example.
usually?
Usually,
But
yes. Sometimes it rotates
they
to
aren't.
one of the other duchies. So,
Yes. When was the last time this one rotated?
this one was in control of the Charons for a while. You'd have to make a history check to see if it's changed within any time that you remember to be recent.
I can do that.
Yarp.
Well, not in her memory.
Nope.
Try to get the crap rules out of the way. So that means going to the Hall of Records and looking things up. What I want to know is why. I mean, they haven't. Prior to this does not appear to be, this is abnormal and it's bothering me, and I don't know
This
don't know
this
the
is
right
abnormal.
questions to ask to get the answers I need. Oh, there are so many things that are abnormal I can't even.
At the rate this week's been going, waking up and finding a body is the most normal thing that's happened.
Well, you know what? I cannot necessarily argue that one with you. But, they are endangering Cruins. they are doing something with the healing potions. Calvin is involved with something here. And my head hurts.
And we're sitting around doing nothing.
And what do you want to do?
I want to go find them, confront them, fight them.
Like I said, that worked so well the last time you tried something like that. You ended up
Admittedly,
hiding here in this inn.
I was unprepared. But now we have numbers.
And he's actually trying to
How
make
many
a plan
people are in
this
House
time.
Charon?
I'm sorry, what was the...
How many people are in House Charon?
House Charon?
Rianne is asking. Yeah, Rianne is asking Dominic that question. How many people are in House Charon?
I mean, there's the family, the guards, relatives, employees. It's hard to say an exact number.
More than us?
Well, perhaps if we did hit and runs, or if we snuck in.
Snuck into what?
The city.
And did what?
Cut the head off the snake.
So, just murder.
I
Yes?
find it a fine line between calling it murder
You
and
want-
self-defense.
The man upstairs was murdered. Did you want to call the head of the house out and duel them? Or are you going to slit their throat in their bed?
I think that if we had the opportunity to slit their throats in their beds, the world would be a better place.
But would we have answers?
We would have results.
And how does that help Cruenth?
By
We
stopping
don't
them
know.
from what
We
they're
wouldn't
planning.
know why they murdered. And what are they planning?
They're planning something with medicine. They're planning something with Calvin. They're going around killing people, bringing lawsuits.
This I agree with, yes. As for things with Calvin, that's a path they don't want to tread, but I doubt it currently because it makes, what they're doing, yes, we need to find out. It's going to hurt Cruenth. But just out and out murdering them for no particular reason is wrong. That brings you to their point and their level. Unless
By
you
the-
want to be them.
Why
By
don't
the
we start with
time-
one question at a time?
By the time we go through the Hall of Records, by the time we wait to go through the courts, they will have already accomplished what it is they're trying to do.
And you know this. How?
Admittedly, I don't. But I assume, unlike us, that they're not sitting around.
Sometimes taking the moment to breathe before you shoot your bow makes sure your arrow hits even harder.
And sometimes hesitating causes you to miss your mark.
You know, I swear, for my own sanity and for the sanity of, I should just let you storm into the city and get murdered. Or turned into a puppet as they bleach your brain out of your ears.
Hmm.
Does anyone have any other ideas?
I don't know if this fits the analogy, but generally you try to release your breath when you shoot your arrow.
I was going to suggest that we actually do try to gather information before this wonderful sparring match just happened. Maybe instead of the family, maybe we start by trying to find out what's going on with your sister. I'm sure you don't want her in the crossfire.
That's true, but no one's that I know of have heard of or seen her. How are we even going to get in there to find out if she's even still alive?
No, I think those are great questions to ask and probably will help step through the plan of the broader goal.
I believe it's called reconnaissance. And I definitely think it's something we should check out. I think that might settle your quest for action. Yes? No? Finding out answers?
Well, we have a couple days. But understand, this fight with the cultists, we can't just run headlong into something and leave the town defenseless. We do these things concurrently. Then cultists. Then the Charon.
Well, it's all good in words.
Yes? No? Maybe? Or do you want to just throw your life away?
Of course, I don't want to throw my life away. But things very seldom go according to plan.
Oh, things never go according to plan. I haven't had that happen once in my entire life. What it does do is we at least go in with some concept of what's happening and, God's help me, work on the fly.
No. What will happen is we will come up with the semblance of a
So-
plan. We'll follow through with it, and then everyone will be together. We'll fight through it, and then something bad somehow will happen, causing other bad things to spring up all over the place. And then I'll somehow get slapped.
So we work on making sure that I don't need to slap you. You may think otherwise, but I truly do want to find out what happens to your family because that's just wrong on so many points. It offends me. But that said, we need to know the whys, the wherefores, the how comes, and we're not learning them. So, I think that Vera had a very good idea, and we should work from there. So, cousin, where do you think we should look first?
Hmm. Well, this is the part that I ask you to trust us. And I'm looking at Dominic because I think in order to get the answers we need, we probably have to go into the city.
Agreed.
Which means if you come with us, not running off and murdering everything in sight.
He has a bounty. He can't come with us.
I know. And we have. Do you think he's any safer here, truthfully?
It's outside the city. We have the Skaldy watching.
Even
We have people we trust from the Setrak Training Center around the area of this inn.
Oh, I did get that costume.
costume.
I bought him a costume, remember? And I pull this thing out. I don't
No, because I was
remember.
down with a migraine.
Oh, I don't necessarily remember what this thing looks like. Is it like I'm just imagining something like theater-ish, like very flowy robes.
It's very much like a sort of mummer's outfit of just like, you know, fanciful, bright clothing that is a little bit ostentatious if it's like costume, but if it's more of a like character costume of like someone who's into skullduggery, it is a like over the top, I'm a rogue kind of screamer. You know what I mean? Uh, I'm the bad guy, you know, and it's just that sort of thing. It's sort of like a your whole it kind of fits your idea of like, oh, you know, this is what like a someone who's sneaky would wear. It's perfect like that, but it's a little bit like out there, enough to the point where somebody would be like, look at the guy and just immediately dismiss him because he's just so outlandishly dressed.
Dominic was going to top off Renault's glass, but upon seeing that, will narrow his eyes and take away Renault's glass.
Renault's gonna reach for it like, no.
I have to admit, if I saw someone walking down the street like that, I would either look for his traveling troupe or completely ignore him?
Would stand out like a clown. I know how
Sometimes
to
the
be
best place to
sneaky.
hide is in the plain fight.
It could work. I spent money on this.
I would only go
What
30 seconds before
languages
the
do you
guards
speak?
found me.
Who are we asking?
I was asking Timmy languages he speaks.
Druic, High Druic, Elvish.
Oh, what flavor Elvish?
If it just says Elvish, it is High Elvish or Alcagar.
Okay. What the hell happened to my? I have High Kruik, Darthaki, and Drogar. Unfortunately, which means I can't. Because your voice would be different in a different language, and people would not necessarily recognize you. Does anyone else speak Elvish?
I do.
Not me.
So we could put him in this charming outfit and have him speak Elvish, and you could translate for him. Which would let him be part of the search and keep him under our watchful eye so he doesn't go wandering off and deciding to commit murder by trying to kill someone. Actually, commit suicide by trying to kill someone.
I'm more concerned with making him not look like himself.
Hurtful.
I just I don't mean it like that. I mean literally, like, guards are going to be looking for you. Everywhere you turn in that city is going to be dangerous.
Perhaps can we quiet it down on the guards and the bounty conversation while in public? Dominic will say, leaning in closer to the table. And then glare at Piper.
As
Piper shrugs and says, I've been privy to this whole conversation. Now that you guys just have been talking about this super openly right in front of me, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should have said anything in the first place. I don't know.
I'm gonna offer her wine.
She takes it and drinks the
Piper.
whole glass.
I mean, yeah, Salo, we probably should have had this conversation in one of the bedrooms, but you know.
My head hurts too much to be reasonable or subtle right now. Are you bribable, Piper?
Usually I pay you guys. This is a first. I wasn't going to say anything out
Well,
of pure fear of being murdered by the several of you. But, you know.
how about we take you to one of the more dangerous crypts, assuming
Oh,
we live through this current insanity,
Not to
sure.
kill you, but to
and
investigate
you
it.
don't have to pay us.
Okay,
Yes, to investigate it
sure.
for free.
You know,
Not to
as
hide your
friends
So
body.
do.
you stay quiet, as friends do,
Mm-hmm. Okay,
because that way nobody dies
that works for
except
me.
the bad guys, which you're not. You are so not a bad guy. You're perhaps one of the nicer people I have ever met in my entire life.
This is a entirely
I'm
agreeable
pretty sure
position.
Piper has no clue on. Cool. All right, so
Wait
how
a
are we
minute.
going to disguise Timmy?
Wait. Piper, what was your job role again?
I'm a researcher with the Jezebel Tower of Magical Sciences.
And would you say you make frequent trips into town?
Not right now. I don't, but no, not really. I mean, I can go into town, but I don't really have a need at the moment.
And do you often have maybe foreign researchers accompany you?
No, I am an associate. I am not a master, so no.
I can go with Piper.
Excuse me?
She's so innocent that I
Explain
could
this
just
one
blend
to
in
me.
with her. Hmm?
GM, did Piper just sort of scoot her chair away?
No, she
Mm.
hasn't moved at all. She is just kind of sitting here like, oh no.
No. No. And why would you want to go into town with Piper?
Because she's the last person
Assuming she
anyone
wanted to
would
go into
expect
town
it.
with you. I'm pretty sure the answer from Piper is going to be no.
I'm just going to give Piper a very convincing charm. Smile.
Okay, go ahead and make a persuasion check. Why would we be going into town?
To do some reconnaissance.
Hard pass.
To solve a mystery.
Oh, still a
We're
hard pass. I don't
For
want.
justice.
What?
Well, I
No.
thought that would work.
No, no. No. Absolutely not. No. Nope, 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 no. I do not want to be involved or guilty by association with these shenanigans with a very powerful, noble family. No, thank you. Hard pass.
Piper may be innocent, but she's also quite smart.
I am.
Unlike the rest of us.
So while you're having the rest of this discussion, I'm just going to go sit over there. She goes and sits in her usual spot.
So, if you not look, you're going in here yourself. And Egnar has this absolutely charming outfit. We could even dye your hair to match.
If glares could deal psychic damage.
That's your option. Or you can stay behind
I will take the
and have the
costume
skull
from
be guard
Renault.
you. And
And I will go as a elf.
We should definitely do the hair dyeing thing, though. I think that would be actually really helpful.
What
what
color are
color
you
is Dominic's hair?
Black.
Ooh. So, bleach it is. So, okay, so we need to get some bleach or the equivalent. And
I have a sword to pick up as well.
so,
That's
oh,
true.
that's true, you do.
The first words from Agnar in a while. Everyone turns and looks at him.
I have an extremely important question. Is this wine good?
It's decent. By no means like a highly regarded label.
Yeah, right. I'm assuming he's mostly used to looted wine, so it's probably on the upper end
Right.
for what he's had. So.
Oh God. Excuse me.
Okay, so Rianne is going to see what the strongest vinegar they have here is. And then we'll work on turning black hair brown. Do we want to leave it here, GM, since you have a game coming up, or my time is way off? I can't remember if it's 5 or 5:30 for your game.
It's 8:30 for my game, so we would be leaving it at 8.
Okay.
Which is in 45-ish minutes.
So, yes. So, sorry. Got confused on my time. So, Rianne's gonna go find some vinegar. And a baguette for the goodest boy.
Sure. To speed things along, was there anything else that anyone wanted to talk about here now? Or did we want to go ahead and pick up that sword and go ahead and bleach Dominic's hair?
I'll hold him down while you bleach his hair.
I don't.
I have nothing else,
Okay.
so
Agnar?
Like I said, other
Uh,
than a baguette for the good boy.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna wait on because the sword's in the city, right? I think I'm gonna wait until we go in as a group.
Sure. Okay. All right, so you guys get a bucket and get some very strong vinegar from the kitchen staff, and you essentially bleach Dominic's hair, stripping away all of the black from it.
Turning it a pale brown. And he's going to smell like vinegar for days.
let's hope not. We don't want it to be too obvious that we just dyed it.
I look like a punk rock rogue.
If the vinegar smell is going to be too strong, I can just prestidigitate it away.
Please do. Thank you.
Please. This-
You don't think
with the
anyone
smell-
remembers what I look like, do they? I did kill some of them.
Perhaps we should also bleach Renault's hair.
Renault is now a little bit more disturbed at the idea of bleaching hair.
Dominic has a very firm grasp on Renault's shoulders.
Dude, they probably didn't see me, right? Right?
Probably.
A quick bleaching later.
Was that a picture of Dominic if he were an elf?
Yep.
Does that mean Dominic's gonna shave as well?
Yep. It's gonna be my new character token icon.
I love it.
Oh, it's fabulous.
I also wanted to drop the suggestion, like, prestidigitation can also change the color of an object for an hour. Wanted to give that an option, but
Too late.
too late.
We chose the
Dominic-
more permanent option.
Dominic's gonna very glare over at James.
Would have made it blue.
Okay, so and he is, we've gotten rid of the smell, and he's dressed as the most insane outfit that normally I don't think he'd be caught dead in, would he?
No. It practically
So I
screams
guess we're gonna
villainous
head
rogue.
into the city.
Would you like to come up with a new alias for this outfit? Or is this just Timmy?
This is just Timmy. Let's not make this a thing.
Timmy, it is.
All right, are we going in?
We're going in. Don't we need to pick up a sword too? Or did that happen last session? I can't remember.
No, we need to pick up the sword. Yeah.
Let's do that first.
Okay. Anything else?
Not here, I don't
I
think.
think that's enough.
Okay. Cool. Let's go ahead and move on to the city itself. Let's go ahead and do this. All right.
Dominic's going to continuously grumble in Elvish.
I translate it.
Okay. Cool. You guys head into the city. You have a couple of errands, if my memory serves. The first one is picking up that sword from Eagleson's.
Works for me.
Okay. Cool. Yep. All right. Let me just go ahead and find that. You ordered a longsword, correct?
Oh God, I'm trying to remember what we did
I
order because I
think so.
Yeah, that's what I have here. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that.
Yeah, I don't think
you.
I was there when it got paid for.
no.
No. Okay, so here is the Eagleson longsword. It is a high quality weapon. It rolls 1d9 for regular one-handed damage, and then 1d11 for regular slashing. For versatile slashing, that is. In your hands, it's a +5 to hit and a +2 attack. So, or damage. So 1d9 +2, 1d11 +2. That's in your character sheet now.
Yeah, awesome. I do notice that it is weightless.
Yes, it does need some weight to it. Let me fix that. They have fucking changed the items. What they did was they added a bunch of functionality to it in the base system. I'm still getting used to it. I'm still editing stuff or figuring out how stuff works. So let me go ahead and see what the base. It's 3 pounds. 3 pounds. Okay. All right. So you have a well-crafted longsword. It's worth probably about 30 gold pieces if you were to sell it back.
Yeah. Do we want to take it to the rune smithy and get it enhanced any? You know, make it flame,
That sounds expensive.
throw off light. Ish. Depends on what you get done. Brienne leaves a hand on her battle axe. It does its job, and
If we have time.
no, do we?
It's up to you guys.
Because if I remember correctly, isn't the public bath near the runesmithy? If I'm remembering my map correctly.
The public bath is here, and the rune smithy is over here. So it's within the same quarter of town.
So we could stroll over to the runesmithy because we'd have to leave the sword again. And, I'm sorry, the baths and the general area would be a fabulous place to start picking up gossip and information. What do you guys think?
It's not a bad idea.
Okay.
While we're walking, can
Yeah.
I keep an eye out for any Sharon insignia?
Sure. Yeah, you can keep an eye out. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
What is the Charon insignia?
They use the eagle. I can go ahead and get that for you real quick. They're basically the House of the Eagle here. Their symbol is an eagle, and their colors are gold and blue. Okay.
All right, keep an eye out for those too, because it's worthwhile. Do you want a perception check from me as well?
Sure, yeah, if you'd like.
Wait, I actually have decent perception.
You do.
How's this house spelled?
Let's see.
What's your question, Waffle?
How is house Charon, like, how is it spelled?
Charyn. It's Charon.
Okay.
Goddamn.
Very nice.
I'd say we all rolled pretty well.
Yes, you did. You have not spotted any Charon troops on your way to Eagle's Blades. If you're heading around the circuit to the public bathhouse, you do spot a squad of them kind of hanging out by the entrance to the Sophia district here. About 15 guys.
So
Just- Mhm.
they actually have open squads wandering around in the city.
Yes, it is generally normal for the house that is in control of a provincial capital to have house troops there to protect their family members.
I wonder. Oh, I went into
You went into Morty,
Mordecai
yeah.
voice there. Yeah. I wonder, maybe if we kidnapped one of them, we could make them talk.
There any notable people there, or any captains?
No, not from what you guys can tell.
It's only slightly.
I think that would be a remarkably.
What were you saying, Renault?
I said it's only slightly breaking the law. It's not murder this time. You know, silver lining.
So, about that runesmith.
Did you guys want to stop at the public bath
Yeah,
first, or
we'll
did you want to go to the
let's
rune
get-
smithy?
The rune smithy, then the public bath.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the rune smithy's shop is in your player journal, which is the open book on your top right menu. You go down to places, you go down to Sorath, and it should be in there. The runesmith greets you all there as you enter. His name is Jasper Shadowwalker, as he's already introduced himself before to your group. He says, well, look at all of you here, all again. You're a big group. What can I do for you all today? I have this wonderful shroud here that is still on sale for 2,000 writs, if anyone's looking for that sort of thing. I got a couple of these discontinued Magitech visors, no longer being built by the Corinthian military. They're on sale for 1,000 writs. And we have the usual gamut of enchantments available.
I'm going to hand over the Eagle Sun Longsword. I would like an elemental imbuement on this.
Okay, a basic or advanced or intermediate?
Just the basic.
All right.
Lightning, please.
Lightning imbuement. I can do lightning. All right then. It will only take about an hour or so for me to do this. Is there anything else you would all like?
Well, can you guys see in the dark?
That's 1,000 gold.
Yes.
Or
Hmm.
Tim, I can't remember. Can you see in the dark?
I can see in
Yes.
the dark.
He says it Elvish.
I translate it.
Yes, it's 1,000 gold. You know, we are fabulous repeat customers. We might be able to get them to knock it down a little.
A young man,
If you
your
see in the dark.
lightning enchantment on this blade will cost you 500 gold pieces.
I hand over. I have one more citizen service voucher for 10%.
Okay, he looks at it and says, "Great, I will honor this. It is now 450 gold pieces."
Yeah, Agnar's going to
Do you
start.
have that many?
Yeah, he's going to start painstakingly counting that out, like 10 at a time.
Okay. You are paid up, and you now have the shocking Eagleson Longsword. It deals an additional 1d6 lightning damage. You just have to parse out your dice in here real quick. Slashing. Same for here. They do not let me just simply add a new line to the damage. They make me either do a custom formula or the base formula, which is really annoying now because I liked being able to just click a plus sign and add a d6 of lightning damage. So that's my one complaint so far. That said, your weapon has been updated. It's now magical. It does not get a +1. It gets the d6 of lightning damage, and you give off a little bit of blue light. About 10 feet of dim blue light. Whenever you draw it. I've yet to figure out how to do that with the weapon, but it will be on your token, so don't be shocked. Oh. Okay. Scene's yours. Scene's yours again.
Bathhouse now?
I
Bathhouse.
Gabby?
Yeah, we can bathhouse. CJ, I'm just gonna trash the citizen service voucher,
Yes,
if that's okay.
that is fine. Okay, let me go ahead
All
and
right.
prep that scene.
Bathhouse.
Let me go ahead and prep that scene for you guys. What's wrong with this? Real quick. 0, that's fine. That's fine. That should be working. But why is that so goddamn bright?
Have you not seen my hair?
Sorry, what?
That was funny.
Okay, that's better. But why is your vision fucked up? Sorry about that. Still.
Okay.
So while this is going on, what is our plan with the bathhouse? Are we listening? Are we speaking to them? Are you trying to get one drunk to
A little
talk?
bit of
Like,
both. Well, we're trying to see what people are talking about, and if anyone seems to know more than we know about. We could, leading questions if we're that subtle. Are we capable of being subtle?
hmm,
We're capable of assaulting one in a bathhouse.
I really thought we were coming here to kick doors in, and I'm so much relief.
No, we're to get baths and to listen and get intelligence and find out what people are talking about, and if they're talking about the Karons or the cult or anything else that might be useful.
Okay, so as you guys approach the bathhouse, there is a lot of screaming all of a sudden. There are quite a few people running away, some of them completely unclad and totally soaked. One of them is screaming something about the water attacking people.
Uh,
okay.
Okay. Once more into the breach.
And I am really quickly just
Dominic's gonna glare at the bathhouse.
reduce the intensity of the light coming off of your weapons, because boy, is that super bright now today, all of a sudden.
Flashbang.
I know. Agnar's already at 0.2. Rian should...
Yes, not great for migraine elves over here.
Yeah, migraine elf. Team migraine elf.
Yeah.
2. Okay. That should help. It's just a lot of overlap in certain spots. Right. There we go. Okay. Okay, so you guys go ahead and approach the bathhouse here.
Well, we're going in, aren't we? Like,
Yeah.
people
Battle
are
axe
screaming.
shield.
Yep.
I'm assuming we're drawing stuff.
Drawing weapons, yeah.
yeah, Reinald's got his. Oh. Ah!
I need to stick by Timmy because I want to make sure that we don't lose our disguise.
Mm.
I say in Elvish. I hope you're good at Elvish under pressure.
All right, there doesn't seem to be anything. So, aha, there we go.
Oh, my browser is fucking up.
There.
Ducking up.
All right. So the water is attacking people.
Indeed.
I'm stuck.
So what?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
So what do we see?
The water appears to be calm. The upper level is hot water. It's some steam is coming off of it. The middle level is lukewarm water, and the bottom level is cold water. The pools do have a floor. There's a drain in the bottom of the cool pool, and warm water is pumped up into the top. So it basically cycles from warm to cold, gets brought down under the bathhouse, is then heated and then pumped back up to the top. This is a multi-tier room, as you can see.
So the water was attacking. Well, time to be stupid.
Real quick before we get too much further out of grouping, can I go ahead and cast Bless?
I'm gonna say no because we're about to roll initiative.
I
Oh.
would also like to stealth if I could. I don't know if I still have that option.
You do not have that option at this very moment. You are also you have nowhere to hide. Is the other
Okay,
thing.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That is very fair.
Okay, so go ahead and roll initiative, everybody.
Okay, what's with the 3 tokens at the top of the screen?
Those are you guys. That's where the initiative tracker is now. It's where you have little combat cards up there at the top.
I like that.
Yeah, can you roll initiative
Mhm.
from them?
Yeah, you just click on it. Like so.
And my continued craptastic initiative rolls continues.
Yep.
Yay.
Yep. Dominic, as you walk along the edge of the water there, a big bit of water just comes out of the water. It's almost like a pseudopod, and it goes to slap you, and you are under attack.
Oh dear.
It misses. Congratulations.
Ah,
It is now Vericasa's turn.
Do we see it? Like the game is paused still. So like, is the physical thing still there?
You do not see it. It appears to be indistinguishable from the water itself.
That feels very silly.
Come
Come on, let me see this.
Interesting. I will. Gonna be stupid and stab the water with my sword.
Okay, you move up to the water.
And I stab it.
You stab the water with your sword.
I give it a nice poke.
Okay, the creature is not within melee attack range of you, and you miss.
Okay. So it is a creature.
It appears to be, yes. You saw a water tentacle come out of the water and try to slap Dominic.
Okay.
I have just the thing for this.
I've got something too, I think.
I mean, that's my action.
Okay.
There's nothing else I can do.
Mayhem barks incessantly at the water.
Bork, bork, bork.
Yep. Teeth,
Bork, bork, bork.
teeth bared. He kind of like scrunches up against the wall here. But he doesn't want to leave you guys. So, but that's his turn. Renault.
Okay. I have two options here, but I think one of them is pretty obvious. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cast Warden of Arrows
Okay.
and sit it right down here. Everyone group up near the arrows, and as I kind of put down 4 arrows into the ground and enchant them, let me remove 4 from my inventory because I assume that's what that does.
That makes sense.
Yeah. There we go. And now that's gonna be my turn, I believe.
Okay, so that until spent ends, whenever a creature other than you comes within 30 feet of the ammunition for the first time, one piece of ammunition flies up to strike it. The creature must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. Okay, piece of ammunition is then destroyed.
Doesn't say I have to see it.
No, it does not. It also doesn't say that if the creature already exists within the range, it attacks it.
Shit. That's a good point.
So 30 feet from, I assume,
It
You-
also states or ends its turn there. So
yes. So we're now on Renault's turn, but when the creature's turn comes around again, we'll see what's going on. But was it 30 feet? 30 feet is here. And is it where you are?
Yes,
Okay.
right around me, basically.
All right, cool. So your spot is the danger spot. I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little rectangle over you, so we know that that's where the cordon of arrows is. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn, yes.
James.
I have an idea, but that all hangs on a singular question.
Yeah.
The creature or effect like this, could that be considered magical?
Yes, this is definitely a magical creature. It's likely some kind of elemental, just from the top of your head.
Because then I want to spend. I first want to walk a little bit
Okay.
next to Dominic,
Uh-huh.
and I want to spend my action casting Detect Magic.
Okay. So within 30 feet, you have... What's 30 feet? Yeah.
Yeah.
The aura requires the creature to be visible, and the creature is not visible. It's indistinguishable from the water.
Just wait. Just wait.
Fair enough.
So it does not reveal it, but if it were to move, you would see it. If it were to separate from the water in a way that was not physically possible for water to do by itself, you would see it move. Like if it were to come up onto the land, or if it were to move to attack. Is that the end of your turn?
I have one more question and maybe one more thing.
Okay.
Well, two more questions. The first question, can I hold a bonus action instead of an action?
No.
Okay.
It's not rules as written, unfortunately. And I'm disinclined to allow it. Because there are not many bonus actions.
Yeah, I was planning on holding Hexblaze Cursed when I see it.
Gotcha.
Then that was my turn.
Okay.
There's nothing else I can do, so
Rianne.
Rianne is going to cast Fairy Fire over the water.
Okay. You cast Fairy Fire over the water.
Mm-hmm. Don't think I need to do anything else other than do that.
Okay. Go ahead and click on the spell
This is
there
innate.
so that it uses it.
It did. Does. There it is.
Where you
There you go.
Where do you want to put your template? Because you have to choose an area, and then you can't cast it over the whole water.
As far across the water as I can.
Okay.
As much of the water as I can from where I'm standing.
So you get a 20-foot cube, and it's out to 60 feet. So the farthest part is over here.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And yeah,
End of your turn?
I'll do that. That's Yep.
Okay. Agnar, your turn.
Am I familiar with Fairy Fire at all? Maybe, I guess I'm trying to get a sense of whether Agnar knows that spell, about what it should have done or could have done.
You can roll an Arcana check to test your magical knowledge. No, you're not super familiar with that spell. There's like this layer of flames, like purple, blue flames on top of the water. You assume it's just some kind of like fire spell.
Okay. My next question is, what does Shocking Grasp do if I put my hand in a body of water first?
Well,
I don't want to accidentally toaster myself in a bathtub, but I do want to cast Shocking Grasp.
if you put your hand in there, I'm gonna say because it's your magic, you don't take damage from it. I'm not sure if I don't think it, because it's running water, it will electrify the entirety of the pool. Usually that only affects still water. Like running water can be electrified, but it's not as potent. Does that follow?
Yeah, I guess maybe I'll hold my action to cast a. I think I'd like to hold a lightning lure and try and cast it at the next pseudopod I see. Is that something?
Sure, yeah, you can do that. You're going to cast it at the creature when it attacks.
Yes.
Yes, and that is a cantrip, so you're perfectly without spending resources. You do have to be
Oh.
touching it. You have
Oh,
to be
not
with
lightning lure. Witch bolt.
Witch Bolt. Okay, yeah, that would burn a spell slot. So if the situation does not happen, you still burn the spell.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
I'm also gonna take a. I'm gonna take a step closer to Veracast.
sure. Okay, Dominic, your turn.
Okay. I've been saving random things throughout the entire campaign just for a moment like this.
Uh huh.
I have in my bag, which I'm going to reach into and grab, a water skin full of the inkiest, blackest goop.
Oh gosh, is this your dubious black goop?
I'm going to take that, uncork the water skin, and then squirt it all over this water.
All right, so you squirt the dubious black goop all over the water. It is spent. And as you do so, the creature rises out of the water, incredibly pissed off.
I don't know what to do next.
Well, that's your action. So, bonus action movement.
I'm going to stay here just surprised that worked.
You have polluted the waters, so yes, it is mad at you. Okay. End of your turn then.
Yep.
It's now the water weird's turn. It is going to
I
be.
have
Oh yes,
a
yours.
question. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if that was a good. If we were. I did say pseudopod, so I don't mind still waiting for that.
Well, it's about to attack anyway, so you may, of course, roll your Witch Bolt. Please remember to target the water weird. You can do that by hovering your mouse over the creature and then hitting T or right. Yeah, there you go. That worked. Now cast your spell.
This is why you should always pick up everything in every game.
Let's just have a bag of assorted random crap just for that one moment where something like this might work. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna cast it at first level because that was what I held it as. So.
Sure, yeah.
Nice.
That hits.
Very nice.
Click the damage button and the card above in the spell card. Okay. With that, we are at 8 o'clock. So we will pick up here next time with an incredibly pissed off water elemental. And Agnar is zapping it with a Witch Bolt. You do have the Witch Bolt locked on it now. So every time your turn comes up, you could just deal damage to it. Okay?
Yeah, I'm hoping I can Ghostbuster
Sounds
beam
awesome.
it into not being able to hide again.
And it sounds like in order to attack us, it'll still have to end its turn within the room of the arrows too.
Okay. The big old text things are my notes, so I know what is what on this map, so we do not forget in the next 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks. Yeah, it's exactly 2 weeks. We got lucky this time. So I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. We're going to go ahead and end the stream here. Well, not end the stream. We're going to end the session here, this session. And we're going to go ahead and move on to Door of Eternity in 30 minutes. So I'm glad you guys had fun today. It sounded like you guys had fun. And I hope to see you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Black gooped all over it.
You black
See you in
gooped
2 weeks.
all over it. So,
You black goop. Oh God. Ah.
all right. Cool, cool, cool.
Bye.
Mm.
Thank you for watching.
Bye, y'all.
All right, we're gonna move back to the title cards, and we'll be getting ready for Door of Eternity. So, see you soon.